Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining in today. I'm so excited to have you guys present. Before we get started, I want to let you know I'm wearing Covered by Maryam. They are so amazing. They are a scarf line that I model for, so definitely go support them. I'll put their @ below, and also I can put it up right here too. But today we're going to do a Q&A, the questions you guys asked me via Instagram. So I'm so excited. Today I'm just going to be reading off what you guys asked and then answer it to the best ability of how I feel at this moment. You never know, 5 years from now I may have a different opinion, but right now, you know, I'm just going to answer like what I feel at this moment about each question. So yeah, let's get into it. Thank you guys also too just for being so engaging in this process. Like I was like, okay, y'all coming with some really good questions. Like I gotta really think about this stuff. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So the first question that you guys asked me was, you know, what are some tips to success? Some tips to success I would say would be to really get in tune with yourself and what you're trying to do here on this earth, and try to start laying out your goals. Like, you know, write them down, start manifesting them. So, you know, knowing who you are by unlearning things that people have taught you that don't fit your life, that's important. And then also to like trying to focus on, you know, what do you enjoy doing and where do you want to see yourself in the future, and start laying out like some plans, whether it be in a journal or talking to people that care about you, how to get there. So those are some tips that I would say for tips to success. Another question I got was, what advice would you give the upcoming generation? What advice would I give? The advice I would give basically would be to be yourself, be your authentic self, you know, follow your dreams. Also to like, you know, what you do, other people will, you know, follow behind you. So not to be intimidated by that, but honor that space, you know, honor that space that you have, you know, of impacting the next generation. So I would say just ball out, be the best you can be, you know, in whatever field or thing you're doing here. All right, another question I got was, what are some goals I have accomplished? I have accomplished graduating from the illustrious Howard University. That was definitely a goal. Entered at different firms and corporations during my college career. Also too, I have my own nonprofit, Fun Fit Fabulous, my other organization, College Prep for Success. I'm working for Bloomberg, so just like tackling each day and week, you know, those are some goals I have accomplished. Moving up to New York City, getting my own place, yeah, and just being who I am. There's like really a lot of goals that I'm thankful for, that I've accomplished, but I'm still accomplishing them. So yeah, those are some. Let's see, what's my perspective on life? My perspective on life is definitely positive. You know, I definitely have a positive perspective on life. You know, sometimes, you know, life can throw curveballs. Every day's not sunshine at all, but having that perspective like, hey, I'm here to do something. My creator created me to do something great, so I'm going to give it 100% each and every day, you know, that I can. Excuse me, I had a little burp. Yeah, so that's really my perspective on life. And if I'm ever feeling down, you know, just kind of maybe taking that day to relax. You know, definitely in order to perform high performance, you know, it's important to also have like a really good rest day. So picking a good rest day is like really important to maintain, you know, longevity in whatever you're doing, if you're ever feeling down or anything. But just remember too, your attitude is just so important. So like try to have a positive attitude so you can attract positive energy and positive things to come your way. At what point did you realize your purpose in life? For me, it was like the middle of 7th grade, like where I chose to be my best self. Kind of how that manifested for me is like when I started wearing my hijab, I was just like so much more focused on like what I was here to do. I got really connected with my creator, and you know, just kind of being like serious about my goals and what I want to do. So basically my purpose is really manifesting each and every day. But how do I keep accomplishing my purpose so far has been to be in tune with my creator. So having a good relationship with your creator will help you see like what you're here to do. I don't have the exact picture of like this is all of what I'm supposed to do here, but I have a feeling and I trust that my creator will continue to reveal that to me each and every day as I continue manifesting, you know, what I'm here to do, my goals, and being in tune with my creator. So that's kind of like how my purpose works. It's not like this is exactly one thing I'm supposed to do here or a variety of things. It's more about me tapping into my best self and just letting Allah guide me to what I'm here to do. And also too, for the non-Muslim people that are watching, Allah is the same thing as the original creator, like God. People who say God in Christianity just say Allah in Arabic. Okay, so another question I have is, what drives you? What drives me, I would say, is definitely I'm just a real person, like excited about life. Like I'm thankful to be here. I'm also like ready just to accomplish what I'm here to accomplish. Like I've always just felt like I'm here for a purpose, and I feel like that's really what I want to do here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all I want to do is accomplish whatever Allah has for me here to do. So yeah, I think my creator motivates me. I motivate myself. Also, the people that I love motivate me, like my family, my close friends, you guys. Oh yeah, and my fans. Y'all are so amazing. But yeah, I just love the whole community feel and family feel we have together. So I think it's a bunch of contributing factors to my motivation of drive. But yeah, that's basically the bunch of my little drives that keeps me going. Okay, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I see myself, of course, where the creator sees me, but I can see myself, only Allah knows exactly, but I feel like soon, Allah only knows though, I'll be in a relationship. I think so. But we'll see, Allah knows best. And then also to like, hopefully thriving in my career. Oh my gosh, like for real, my businesses, hopefully like just, you know, growing in 5 years. I just hope it continues to grow. Definitely keep manifesting what I'm here to do on this earth. So I'm just excited for the ride, really. Allah knows exactly what's going to be happening, but I do plan to, you know, keep manifesting what Allah has for me here to see. So we'll see in 5 years, but I think the thing that's remaining the same is my connection with my creator and me giving it my best each and every day. So we'll see what that outputs in 5 years together. So just stay tuned, y'all, because it's about to be here. Trust me, I already know, you know. Okay, so how do I stay motivated? How do you stay motivated? What's your question? How do I stay motivated? I think I stay motivated by, you know, kind of similar to the drive question, a little bit of like what drives me. But, you know, every day isn't a day of, you know, feeling, yay, I'm so excited, you know, and things can get repetitive. So I understand that. But I think how do you stay motivated for me would be like remembering your purpose. I think that's a great way to stay motivated. Purpose. Like when you feel tired or you don't want to do something, or, you know, you feel like you've been doing it a long time, remember why you're doing it. Remember what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go. So that kind of keeps me motivated when I'm feeling down, or I feel tired, or I feel like something's been so repetitive that I'm kind of annoyed by it. Just remembering my purpose, and also to praying about it, to help ask God to help me, you know what I'm saying, get through whatever I'm going through that is lacking my motivation at that current period of time. But I feel like purpose is a great way to help keep me motivated. Okay, somebody else asked, what made you want to work for Bloomberg? Okay, so what made me want to work for Bloomberg? I went to their senior day, my senior year of college my senior year in November. I think it was like November 1st, I believe, something like that. But it's so funny because the story has literally piled up to me doing this. It's been crazy, the journey, really. So yeah, I went to Howard University. I was undecided. Then my sophomore year, I transferred to the School of Business. And when I transferred to the School of Business, that summer, I believe I interned in California at Nevro Corporation. And then the following summer, that junior year, that school year after I went to Nevro Corporation, Bloomberg came to our school. And when they came to our school, they kind of were telling us about the locations they have and what they do. But even in that year, before they came, somebody had told me, I went to the Parliament of World Religions in Canada. They had, and one of my, people from the organization I work with, United Religions Initiative, I've been working with them since I was in 9th grade. But anyways, they knew I was doing business, and they were like, oh my gosh, you gotta check out Bloomberg. Like, they got different offices in like New York, London, and they're like the leading financial global organization. And I'm like, really? What? I never really heard of that. So anyways, I ended up doing research on myself, like about the company, and I really, really liked it. And then by the end of that year, around before the summertime happened, I ended up meeting some people from Bloomberg because they went to Howard, and I had to go for like this credit thing. And I really, really loved the people. And that summer I was interning at Autodesk. So they were just like, the recruiters were like, just keep me updated on your schedule and what you're doing, and we'll get back to you, like, or just keep me involved in your like internship and stuff like that. And anyways, one of the ladies there, to this day, she's like my mentor at Bloomberg, but she was like, girl, New York is the place to be. Bloomberg is the first place to be to start your career, I'm trying to tell you. So I've always really liked the energy and just like was really excited about the place and what they were doing. And anyways, I kept them updated on my internship. They were so receptive. And then that November of my senior year, that's when I basically went to Bloomberg, and they like paid for my flight, they paid for my hotel. The day was amazing. What really like helped me really kind of focus in, this is what I wanted to do, was just the kind of corporate atmosphere. They're really more progressive in the way of diversity and inclusion. They also have philanthropy, which is like all of what I'm about. Like, I have my own organizations of giving back to the community. So it's great to see a very prosperous company like really have philanthropy in their like business and really give back to the community. And they're trying a real big job, like, really trying to incorporate a lot of different diverse people, and you can tell by their staff, the people they hire, they're picking the top tier talent, but from a diverse pool. They feel like diversity is the best way to thrive, and like if you're not including everybody, you may be missing out on great ideas and great production and things like that. So it's definitely a great career, it's a great job, it pays well and all that, but I just really also really wanted to feel that I'm wanted and I'm valued, and I don't feel like an outcast. Like, I feel that I'm wanted there, and also too, they wanted me and I wanted them. So you know what I'm saying, like, what could be a better match? I'm so excited. And this is my first year at Bloomberg, so it's a lot of like, getting to know the culture and what our job is here to do and stuff like that. But I could have had a more supportive and greater team. Like, I'm just really thankful to be here. Manhattan, I work in Manhattan, I'm in New York City, and yeah, it's just so great. I'm excited to be starting my career here. Okay, how did you start your business, Fun Fit Fabulous? How I started this was, I started Fun Fit Fabulous my junior year of high school, but it kind of came in a process. Like, when I was a little younger, I thought I liked fashion, but I really liked styling. I didn't really like to make stuff in fashion. I just kind of like to look good. By 9th grade, I did this healthy food project, and I found that like, I started feeling better and like more proactive and just felt more energetic. So by like sophomore year, getting into my junior year, I was like Fun Fit Fabulous. Like, this is a great way to manifest your goals and feel good about yourself and be the fabulous person you are. So I kind of just, you know, gave birth to that idea. My mom definitely helped me push that out, and I held a camp in my local community in Athens, Georgia, and that was like the first initiation of the launch. We started off with yoga, did healthy food demonstrations. We also did like vision boards. We also did like, you know, healthy movement, like a dance thing, just to get our bodies moving. And then after we dealt with the self-love and where do we see ourselves 5 years from now, what kind of college we want to go to, what kind of house we want to live in, what kind of car we want to live in, you know, by that point, you know, we definitely have our inside beautiful. So at the end of the day, we were able to have a fashion show. So that's when we invited the parents and things like that. And basically the girls that came in shy ended up coming out like really, really motivated, like Tyra Banks. Like I always say, like they just transform. Okay, so next question. How you such a boss? Love it. You know, I think me being authentically myself, you know, keeping my goals at the forefront, being in tune with my creator to see, you know, what I need to be executing this day in regards to my purpose. You know, each day I feel like, you know, my purpose gets clearer and clearer. So yeah, just kind of like, you know, being in tune and, you know, being of action, a person of action, I think helps me be a boss at all times. Also too, I love that saying that says you are CEO of your own life, hire, fire, promote, you know, accordingly. So, you know, that's really important to create that longevity. Also to having people in your circle that can give you constructive criticism. Like if they know your goals and you're like kind of slacking in this area, they can help, hey, remember you wanted to do that, you know, not like bashing you, but at the same time also to uplifting you and motivating you to get on your stuff. Like even if, you know, you may be slacking in some areas. So it's nothing wrong with constructive criticism from people that, you know, really want the best from you. So having that also in your circle and being a boss is very important to go to the next level and to accomplish those goals, you know. So that's some tips I have for being a boss babe. Tips for staying focused amidst all the negativity. This is a great one because we have consistently all these different things happening within our world, you know, all types of mess. Like literally the world is sometimes and all the time, for instance, can be in shambles, you know. But I think the biggest thing of like, you know, staying focused in all the negativity is to say, you know, you can acknowledge the things that are going on that are like totally true, that are bad or needs improvement. But the real important thing is to make sure you stay focused on what you're here to do and what you're trying to accomplish, and making sure you get those done by any means necessary. So yes, I also heard from somebody that said, my power is the power to not be influenced. So, you know, sometimes negativity around you can make you feel like very sad and, you know, hopeless. You know, it's important to, okay, those are things that are going on, but I have to make sure that I remain strong in my vision and what I'm here to do, and not let those things stop me or slow me down. So yeah, those are some of my tips. You know, remaining positive, keeping your visions and purpose at the forefront, and still executing them no matter if it's positive or negative things going on. Like making sure you protect those things and keep at it, even though, you know, the world around us is changing, because we can't control all those things. The main things we can control is how we're acting, what we're doing today. So that's the main thing where we need to kind of shift our purpose and mindset. So my next question that I got from you guys was, where are you from? So where am I from? Okay, so my dad was born in San Jose. My mother was born in Oakland, California. Her grandparents were around the San Francisco, Berkeley, Richmond area, San Jose area. My dad's family was like San Jose area for the most part, but really all throughout the Bay Area. That's where my parents are from. And when they were in college, they went to Howard University. They had their first 3 children there. So I was born in DC. we came back to California, and then I moved to Malaysia for 7.5 years. So I had half of my childhood there. I loved it. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, that's where I was. And then I came back to California, spent like my second half of my childhood in California, ending of 4th grade up to 8th to 9th grade. So 4th grade, ending of 4th grade to 8th grade, I was in this town called Patterson. It's a little town like next to Modesto, Tracy, Turlock. It's like an hour and a half away from the Bay Area. And then my 9th grade year, I moved up to San Jose. I ended up going to this Muslim Islamic high school called the Veris Institute, and I was there for a year. And that school is in Fremont, so yeah, I lived there. And then my sophomore year, I went to Georgia, and I stayed there till I graduated from high school. And after I graduated from high school there, I went to DC for college at Howard University, but my parents still are in Georgia. So they're currently there, Athens, Georgia. And now I'm in New York City working at Bloomberg. But it's crazy because my family is they're from the whole United States. So my mom's family is like from California, Texas, Louisiana, some of the Midwest type areas. My dad's side, his family is from Athens, Georgia. Like his mother and his grandmother, you know, they're from Athens, and then they have family from Georgia in the Georgia area. And then my dad's father has family in Florida. Their family was in Florida first, and then they moved up to New Jersey. So I have family in New Jersey as well. But no telling all throughout the spaces they've been into. So basically from the East Coast, West Coast, South, all out throughout in the Midwest, my family is literally from. So I have so many different relatives all across the United States. It's amazing. And my mom is also, you know, getting our history together of like, you know, where everybody exactly was and when. So I'm really excited for you guys to see that. I mean, once I get that, I'll like do a more in-depth area. But just to like sum it up, I'm a Black American here in the United States. Like my family's basically indigenous to this country. So yeah, that's where I'm from. But I've also like, you know, lived in Malaysia. I'm not ethnically Malaysian at all, but I definitely lived there. So in that way, I just really like to say I'm really from the whole universe. First and foremost, I'm from the creator of the worlds, okay, period. My creator created me and sent me down to earth for a period of time. So I'm here. I'm a traveler, if anything. Okay, so let's see. What's the next question? How do you get that ass like that? Period. LOL. Okay, guys. So I definitely love to work out. Like I definitely, you know, Fun Fit Fabulous. Definitely follow that page. My nonprofit. Period. I definitely try to have a balance in my life. But really, you know, I definitely, you know, try to make sure that I have some type of balance in, you know, my life of working and exercising and trying to eat right. But I also don't always eat healthy as well. But for the most part, like, you know, I basically just, you know, do my workouts. You know, sometimes I do sprints, sometimes, you know, I'm doing squats. I did this thing called the 360 rotation. I've also done like Jordan Wood's first place. But no matter what, even though I do try to keep my body, you know, together in the nice shape that I like it, you know, part of it's genetics. Like, I've been born with this type of butt, you know. Everybody in my family doesn't have my type of butt. So, something that the creator gave me, I think. But I definitely, you know, I guess tone it up and make it poppy a little extra more by working out. So yeah, that's a little tea on my butt. Okay, next question. Relationship advice. So y'all, I would say for relationship advice that, you know, when it comes to that is totally like a beautiful journey to have with someone. You know, I think the biggest thing is you being in tune of who you are, and also to you know, what you value, how you want to live, what kind of life you want to live, and seeing if somebody can complement that. Also too, like when it comes to relationships, like, you know, both of you guys kind of have to be invested in that season or life journey, you know, together. So I would say that for relationship advice, you know, you really do want to get to know that person. You know, you can get to know them by traveling with them, doing business with them, or working with them, or seeing how they treat the people around them and around you. Seeing if they have good character. I feel like that's really important as well. Also too, like in relationships, you know, don't be afraid to ask that person, okay, well, what's your intentions with this? Are we just like friends, or, you know, are we possibly, you know, looking to start a life together? You know, for the older people, it's marriage on the table, you know, just kind of seeing like what that's looking like, so that you can kind of know how to filter the space and time you're giving that relationship. Also too, you know, communication is really important in relationships. So don't be afraid to communicate. Like that also ends a lot of relationships, because somebody's holding back, they're not being vocal about you know, some things that are bothering them, or, you know, how they feel, or what they would like to do. Like, hey, I want to, you know, go to the park this Saturday, but if you're like quiet, that person wouldn't even know. So some of it is just like really listening and communicating. That goes a long way. But also too, like, don't be afraid to be spontaneous and be full of surprises as well. I think that also keeps relationships alive. So relationships do have their ups and downs, so that's normal. So communication is really important. If you can, try to have like a support system that can help you guys, like that know each other's sides, so you guys can like help work things out. But also too, a really important thing that I always feel like it's important is your relationship with your creator. In the relationship, keeping God first, that is so important. Your values, your principles, you want to make sure that lines up, so you're not compromising your core principles. Relationships, you know, they always say it's about compromise and stuff, but you don't want to compromise your core principles. So making sure that that person you're with, you guys are in line, whether it be faith-based or the way of doing things and seeing life, or how you guys want to live your life, you know, making sure that those things are not being shaken, you know, so that you can be ultimately happy in the end. But having a very good relationship with your creator is so very important, because when things get hard, or you guys can experience hard times, turmoil or struggle, whatever, you know, you guys can turn to God to help you guys through it. So keeping God in the conversation and having God blessing your guys' relationship in life is so very important. So anyways, those are my tips. Thanks for tuning in today. If you guys have any other questions, just DM me or leave some comments at the bottom. You know, I'll be sure to be happy to answer those for you guys. But yeah, this is just how I feel and my perspective of things at this moment. But yeah, thanks again for all the questions, and hope to see you guys next time in my next video. Bye.